Dear students, in the continuation of same, earlier we discussed about the macroeconomic concepts. Now today we are going to discuss about the microeconomy, Eco 5 to 9. Very important concept. We already discussed in the regular classes about Pareto optimality and efficiency. But today we are discussing the conflict between efficiency and equity and relation to the policy perspective. The number one you have to keep in the mind, efficiency means ki change in any organization which gives the welfare, or actually it is related to the ki how we are getting a maximum resources. So it is related to the maximization, but equity is a concept of distribution of that particular resource. For example, suppose there is a village, and in a village there is a need of a well for to provide a safe drinking water to the people. If government make a policy of safe drinking water mission, and government makes a well, but in the radius of 5 kilometer, people only can get the water from the well. According to the government policy, the government has made a some efficient allocation of resources after establishing a well in the government. But assume it there is a family which lives near about the 6 kilometer from the well, and the family is not able to use a water from the well. Is this is it equitable distribution? It is a question. Suppose in a any village a person will not able to go to get us some water from the village. It is a distribution of equitable resources. So this is the question, and this is a question related to the policy perspective. Either only providing the resources in the maximum is the target of a government, or any policy change which need to just distribute any good in a proper way, that is a equitable distribution. Let's understand between the conception of utility possibility curve or the social welfare curve. W1 and W2, you can see here, these are the social welfare function, and in a realistic manner you can understand that W2 is greater than W and W1, and W1 is greater than W. It indicates that it is a higher order of social order welfare. And this is the GU is a utility possibility curve, or either in the another way we can say the grand utility possibility curve. If we are going for harming the others, if we do not want to harm the other, so you can see here whether the grand utility curve is touching the utility curve, WN curve. This is the point of efficiency and equity both. But in the same way, you can see this is a 2 point P and R. P and R points are also lying on the utility frontier, but these points are not equity enough. So for to move from P to F, or for R to F, this is the point where F is a point is equitable, and P and R points are not equitable. P and R point may be efficient but not equitable. So our target economy is where the A is utility and B is utility, both are getting the same share of the good. Point C is unattainable. So for any economic policy, the government must do some changes where they can use the efficiency and equity. For example, if government put some tax on the rich people, so if the rich will lose the utility, or the government is providing that particular money to the poor people, if the poor people are able to distribute equally, suppose government is taxing a rich person 20% of their income and distributing the some sections of society poor, but it is distributed equally to all the poor, that is a conception of equity. Equity is related to the conception of distributive justice. Equity is also related to the conception of distribution of public good, that there must be no inequality. So equity is a one kind of a situation which efficiency can achieve. So efficiency is an outcome and equity is achievable. So we use the equity as a situation to achieve. For example, all the government policies which factors the maximum of the resources, which they think about maximize the resources, is not an equitable. Equitable is when it is distributed all the sections without harming the others. The point is, any policy change which doesn't harm others, and it also equally distributed without no equality, and distributive justice, that is the equity. And all the economics of the world faces the concept of conflict between efficiency and equity. As economics is a live discipline, different policies, different governments adopt the different nature. So, but our question is ki why government have to go for the redistributive policies in many areas, poverty elevation, safe drinking water mission, employment generations, distribution of food. So all this related to the consumption of equity and efficiency.